When working with electrical equipment, especially motor control centers, safety is paramount. A critical aspect of safety is ensuring adequate access and working space around the equipment. This includes the size of door openings providing access to the equipment. For a 480-volt motor control center, or MCC, rated less than 1200 amps, the National Electrical Code, NEC, specifies minimum clearance requirements. The minimum required door opening for a 480-volt MCC rated less than 1200 amps is 30 inches. This dimension refers to the width of the door opening. The NEC mandates this minimum width to allow electricians and other qualified personnel to safely access the equipment for maintenance, troubleshooting, and repairs. Adequate door opening width ensures that workers can enter and exit the area quickly and easily, even when carrying tools or equipment. This is crucial in emergency situations where rapid access to the MCC may be necessary to de-energize circuits or perform other safety procedures. Several factors contribute to the importance of this 30-inch minimum. Firstly, it provides sufficient space for a person to maneuver around the equipment. Secondly, it allows for the use of safety equipment such as insulated tools and personal protective equipment (PPE). Thirdly, it facilitates the removal and replacement of components within the MCC. The 30-inch requirement is not arbitrary. It is based on years of experience and analysis of potential hazards associated with working on electrical equipment. The NEC is a consensus-based code that is developed and updated by experts in the electrical industry. The code reflects best practices for electrical safety and is intended to protect workers and the public from electrical hazards. It is important to note that the 30-inch minimum is just that, a minimum. In some cases, it may be necessary to provide a wider door opening to accommodate specific equipment configurations or to provide additional working space. Factors to consider include the depth of the MCC, the location of components within the MCC, and the presence of other equipment or obstructions in the area. It is always best to err on the side of caution and provide as much working space as possible. In addition to the door opening width, the NEC also specifies minimum working clearances in front of electrical equipment. These clearances are based on the voltage of the equipment and the presence of exposed live parts. For a 480-volt MCC, the minimum working clearance is typically 3 feet. This clearance must be maintained throughout the entire width and height of the equipment. The working clearance is intended to provide enough space for workers to safely perform their tasks without being exposed to electrical hazards. The NEC also requires that the working space be clear and unobstructed. This means that there should be no storage or other materials in the working space. The working space must also be adequately illuminated. Proper lighting is essential for workers to be able to see what they are doing and to identify potential hazards. In addition to the NEC requirements, it is also important to follow any applicable local codes or regulations. Local codes may have more stringent requirements than the NEC. It is always best to check with the local authority having jurisdiction to ensure that you are in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. When installing or modifying an MCC, it is important to consult with a qualified electrical engineer or contractor. A qualified professional can help you ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and regulations and that it is safe for workers and the public. They can also help you select the appropriate equipment and components for your application. Proper planning and installation are essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of an MCC. Failure to comply with the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations can result in serious injury or death. It can also result in fines and other penalties. Therefore, it is important to take electrical safety seriously and to follow all applicable guidelines and regulations. Furthermore, regular inspections and maintenance are crucial for ensuring the continued safety and reliability of an MCC. Inspections should be performed by qualified personnel who are familiar with the equipment and the applicable codes and regulations. Maintenance should be performed according to the manufacturer's recommendations. Proper maintenance can help prevent electrical hazards and extend the life of the equipment. Here are some additional tips for working safely with MCC. Firstly, always energize the equipment before working on it. Secondly, use insulated tools and personal protective equipment. Thirdly, never work alone. Fourthly, be aware of your surroundings. Fifthly, follow all applicable safety procedures. Sixthly, if you are not qualified to work on the equipment, do not attempt to do so. Seventhly, report any hazards or problems to your supervisor. Eighthly, stay current on electrical safety training. Ninthly, read and understand equipment manuals. And tenthly, ask questions if unsure of something. By following these tips, you can help ensure your safety and the safety of others when working with MCC. In summary, the minimum required door opening for a 480-volt MCC rated less than 1200 amps is 30 inches. This requirement is intended to provide adequate access and working space for workers to safely perform their tasks. The NEC also specifies minimum working clearances in front of electrical equipment. It is important to follow all applicable codes and regulations and to consult with a qualified electrical engineer or contractor when installing or modifying an MCC. Remember that electrical safety is paramount and that failure to comply with applicable codes and regulations can result in serious injury or death.